.8 seconds left. Cronin shoots. One hopper deflected into the corner. And that is halftime. May have been half a second left on the clock that Bedford is arguing about. Not sure how much they could have done with it. So at the break, it is 4-3 Magicians. One more time before we head out for a moment, we'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit. If you're enjoying the production of MHTV Sports on MHTV, click subscribe right there on our YouTube page, and you can also consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button there. We'll be back after this with second half action. Should be a good one.
Somebody found it. I think the goal was in the shot, but I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't shooting it.
Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Second half about to get underway between the Magicians and the Bedford Bulldogs. We've got a tight one, a one-goal game, 4-3. Not a position the Magicians have been in very often this season, but they are leading. Let's see if they can close it out here and keep their undefeated record alive. Looking to go 12-0 to start the year, but getting all they can handle from the 6-2 Bulldogs from our neighbors up north. Bedford, New Hampshire Bulldogs. We had some technical difficulties with our live stream. We apologize for that. We are back. And there's a big-time block by the Magicians. Some hard contact, jars the ball back loose. Bulldogs have it out in front of the net, and an over-the-shoulder shot to tie the game by Kuliza, his second. And he's a fancy boy. No look from Kuliza. 2 for Helton, 2 for Derek Kuliza, and it is 4-4. Jennings in there for the draw after the goal for the Magicians. And he gets shoved down once again. Baxter has been overpowered here in this game. He knocks it loose and comes up with it. Let's see if he can pick it up on the offensive end. Laramie with at least 1 assist today and a goal. His 25th goal, 19 assists. Looking to join Cronin as a 20-20 guy. Cronin, he's a 30-20 guy. Four different goal scorers for the Magicians. Moore got it started, then Laramie, Cronin, and Grenier. Save made there. Ian Fletcher's been strong in net. Like they have actually changed goalkeepers. Ethan Kahn is in there now in goal for the second half for the Magicians. Not sure why they would take out Fletcher unless he's injured. He had a really good first half, obviously, with the score the way it is. That's off the side of the net. A laser from Matthews. Bedford keeps the ball. Pressure from Pollender. Shoves the ball carrier way out. Here's Helton. And that's a hat trick for the freshman. Helton breaks the tie. And they lead it for the first time this afternoon. And it's 2 guys doing all the damage right now for Bedford. Toby Grenier battling for it off the face-off. Whistle is going to give Marblehead the ball. And they're looking to get the goal back. Here's Sedke. He'll start it. You know they want to find Cronin. He's got it at the 40. Waits for Garaboto to come onto the field. Passes middle. Drilled into the turf. Bounces way up. Caught by Grenier. A weak pass from Grenier up to Laramie. And they turn it over. One aspect of the game the Magicians pride themselves in is their passing, and it has not been good here this afternoon. But the Bedford defense deserves some credit. They have been swarming. Now the Magicians trying to do the same. And look at Eddie Johns twirling. Can't keep it. And it goes back to Bedford. A lot of contact out there. And now we have a push called against the Magicians. A late call. They hate it. Bedford loves it. With the ball and a 1-goal lead. Looking to add to it. Gaffney drops it back for Helton. By the net, wide, on the ground. They'll keep it. Helton, a freshman. Looking like the best player on the field today. Kuliza pops a tire, goes down to the turf. Turnover. Plus, with some space, finds Grenier on the doorstep, has it knocked away right as he tried to shoot it. More defense on the back check from the Bulldogs. Been doing that all afternoon. Nothing has come easy for the Magicians here. It's dropped by Garaboto. Picks it back up. Over to Cronin. Connor fires. It's wide, far side. He and Laramie have a small conversation. See if they can get each other involved here. Top 2 goal scorers on the team. .62 goals combined between the two of them of the 151 this season. A big-time hit there. Helton doing it on both ends. Levels Garaboto, but he's back on his feet, and then he throws it away. Picked off. Henrishon stuck out the long stick and took it away. Ball carrier gets around Laramie. Laramie can't cross midfield. And they pull up. They want to run a set play and get the right players on. Sprinting off the sidelines is Griffin. He gets taken down and a flag comes out from the backside official. Oh, shoulder down, absolutely leveled. But now another flag comes out. And Sedke out here teaching hockey lessons. And the referee, you can see, tells Sedke hit him up underneath the chin. Hogan hates the call, frustrated. Thought it was clean. Well, 30 seconds for Cronin and a minute for Sedke. That hit by Hogan absolutely ignited the fan section here for the Magicians, and how could it not? One of the biggest hits of the year. But it's a penalty, and both are called against Sedke. Cronin didn't understand why it was on him, and it's not. So Hogan's got a minute and a half in the box as he piled up the penalties on that one. The push and then the check up under the chin. That one whistles by Maniaci. Bedford going to quickly restart as we're rounding down to about halfway through the third quarter. Down on the goal line, off the crossbar. Shot by Tyler Daldo. He tried to beat Maniaci up high, and he had him, but caught the iron. Still a 1-goal game, exactly halfway through the third, 6 minutes to play. 2 goals here in the third, both by Bedford. to take the lead. That whistle goes against the visitors, and Cronin ready to restart. Sedke eager to get back on the field. Short-handed chance here for the Magicians. 5-on-6 in the offensive end. The new goalie, Ethan Kahn, looks on. The freshman in there to replace Fletcher, who had a strong first half. Probably hear Connor Cronin ask if the penalty was over. He wants to get back to full strength. And in the meantime, it's turned over in the far corner by Grenier. Back upfield come the Bulldogs. Weaving past the defender. Can't get the shot off. Cronin, big time push to dislodge the ball. Back to full strength. Grenier challenging the corner by his counterpart, number 4, Kevin Sheridan. Kicked back out. It settles with Garaboto. He gets more off the bench. Up top to Cronin. Let's see if the Magicians can pack in the Bedford defense here with ball movement. Cronin hanging up top. Gets it back a step beyond the 40. He's going to challenge the defender. Looks down low to the goal line. A soft pass. Needed a little bit more on that to make it happen. Grenier was the intended target. Bedford in transition. They get tripped up by Cronin. Hard contact off the right hip. No whistle. And Laramie gets pushed to the turf. He's a big boy. It's tough to do. An emphatic timeout called by assistant coach Drew Bordeaux for Bedford, as he and head coach Matthew Howe want to talk it over. 3:28 left in the third quarter. 2 goals by Bedford in this frame. Kuliza tied it up at 4, and Helton broke the tie to make it 5-4. Combined, they have 5 goals. On the other side, 4 different goal scorers for the Magicians, but they're scoreless since halftime. Led 1-0 after 1 and 4-3 at the half. The Magicians facing their toughest opponent maybe since the second game of the season, all the way back on April 6th when they played Wakefield. Prior to that, opened the season with Winchester. The NEC's been somewhat of a cakewalk for them. And this is prepping them for the postseason. It's exactly the type of challenge that they will face, and the one that got them eliminated from last year's MIAA tournament earlier than they expected. For these guys, it is probably Elite 8 or bust. They will be disappointed with anything less, but they want rings. Being challenged by Bedford here, a Division I school from New Hampshire. Not on the power play, full strength. They score, it's 6-4. Out of the timeout, they run a scoring play Toscano with the goal, 6-4, 3 straight for Bedford. Call goes the Magicians' way. 3 minutes left in the third. They got to get one of these back. More poor passing from the Magicians. The ball goes over midfield, and it's turned over. That will be the story of the game. Bedford defense. And the poor passing by the Magicians' offense. Another pass down low to the goal line. Good pressure this time. And Maniaci comes up with it. Sam Anise with the ball pressure. Finn brings it way out. High pass caught by Pollender. Sidearm over to Baxter. And with Reese Moore. 2 minutes to play in the third. And Grenier walks it towards the corner. Grenier's got himself in trouble on the far side of the field towards that corner. This time finds Cronin cleanly. Cronin looking for the to the sideline for a play to run. With the talent he has, just take it yourself. Here's Baxter, gets into space, looking middle, they connect, and they bounce it in. Reese Moore with his second of the game, and a timely goal for Reese. Makes it 6-5. Big time face-off win there for the Magicians. They have the ball with 1:15 left down a goal. They'd love to tie it up here before the third. That would be huge after giving up 3 straight to start this quarter. John's spin move takes a hard hit. Magicians able to keep possession alive. It's with Cronin. Being probed at by the defense. Swings it around. Laramie. Defender closes in on him. Grenier set a screen. The defender ran right through him. Another low pass, bobbled. 30 seconds left. Jennings looking to find that same spot. Loses his footing, goes down, loses the ball in the process. Picked up by Sheridan. Cut off by Jennings. Long pass. Connects with Toscano. Under 10 seconds. Bedford bench counting down. Toscano out from behind the net. Tries to get rid of it, but the ball falls out of his stick. He never got it off. 6-5 is the score after 3. Stay tuned. We've got a big-time fourth quarter coming up. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We'll be right back. The Magicians down a goal as they take to the field for the fourth quarter. The teams will flip the field one more time as Maniaci heads down to the goal to our right. Magicians enjoyed going right to left in the second quarter. They scored 3 goals in that quarter. And in the first and third, just one solo each from Reese Moore. 6-5. Magicians in a tight one. Undefeated record on the line here. Picked up by Bedford. Off the opening face-off here in the fourth. Three goals for Helton, 2 for Kuliza for the visitors, and 1 for Toscano. Down beneath the goal line, spinning back, looking up top to the point. Eddie Johns with the defense for the Magicians. Well played. Toscano will settle. A minute gone by here in the fourth. They eye the cutter, but go behind the net with the pass. Kuliza, tough catch. Pass down at the feet of his teammate. Whistle goes against the Magicians and Sedke as he lost his stick. A rocket off the field goal posts over the net. Toscano loading up on that one. Pass through the middle, taken away by the Magicians, and Johns. Look at the defense from Bedford. They have not let up since the opening minute. Don't let the Magicians get more than 5-6 yards on that one before turning them back over. 2 minutes have gone by here in the fourth. Magicians yet to make it over midfield. Down a goal. Gonna need some fourth quarter heroics. Some fourth quarter magic. Do they have it in them? And that one rolls in. It's number 4 for Helton. The Magicians have no answer for the freshman from Bedford. He's just a pup amongst dogs, and he's getting it done. He is top dog here today. 4 goals, they lead it by 2, 7-5, 9:48 left for the Magicians. Jennings, that's a clean face-off win. Haven't seen it often from him. And he sets it up for the goal. It's Grenier. They get it right back. They waste no time. And that's the Baxter that we know right there. Usually a beast on the face-off circle. Wins it cleanly. Finds his teammate from point blank. Grenier does not miss from there. Grenier's second, coming off the Gloucester game in which he had a hat trick. Keeping it going here today. Whistle goes in favor of the Magicians. They get a clean start. Grenier has it whacked away. Cronin trying to return the favor. He can't pick it up, and his stick breaks in half. The axe from Sheridan. And Connor needs a new stick. He's back out there. He exchanges the stick back to Hogan Sedke, who's back out to play defense. Johns pressuring the long stick ball carrier. Magicians didn't like the timing of the timeout called by Bedford, but they're awarded it with 8:47 left in the game. Four goals for Brody Helton. For the visitors, Charlie Grenier with 2 to lead things for the Magicians. They trail it by 1. Finn Maniaci had a huge first quarter, made a bunch of saves. First quarter ended Magicians up 1-0. Since that point, he has not been as strong, including the last one that rolled by him. Definitely a save he'd like to have back there. Finn has made 88 saves currently coming into today's game. Just top 10 on the North Shore. I have a feeling he's going to need to make a couple more here down the stretch if the Magicians want to improve to 12-0. Keep the undefeated season alive. This is our last game we're covering. The Magicians have 3 home games and 3 away games left on the schedule. Peabody up next here at home. And here we go with Bedford back out of the timeout. They scored last time out of the timeout. This one goes wide. Matthews with it. Toscano shakes free. Sedke defending Toscano. Matthews uses the screen. Falls, keeps the ball, and then has his pass picked off by Johns. He goes down, able to get it to his teammate. A dangerous pass by Johns, who limping after that play and that big hit. Timeout called by the Magicians. Tight game. Both teams want to strategize to the fullest here. Going to burn all their timeouts. The Magicians are going to welcome NEC play back with open arms after this one. Next game versus Peabody, like we said, they beat them 17-7 earlier in the season. Next game after that won't be easy, though. That's Masco, and it's at their place. That was the 11-10 game. Titus won overtime win for the Magicians here at Piper Field. Closest game they've had this season in the NEC. They'll have Winthrop after that, which is probably a layup. And that's it for NEC play. Just 3 more games. They end the season, and they want to get primed and ready for the playoffs with Lexington, Newburyport, and Melrose to end the season. They have bookended their schedule with really tough competition, and they plugged Bedford right here in the middle of it as well. All of those teams, Lexington, Newburyport, Melrose, even Masco, even Peabody, everybody but Winthrop, most likely going to be in the tournament. those last three. Gonna keep an eye on those. That'll be a challenge. Let's see how they do. Got to get through this one first. 7:50 left. Magicians trail by 1. Big-time players make big plays. Let's see if Connor Cronin has one in him here down the stretch. Grenier. Back up top to Jennings. Baxter gets downhill, finds some space, and then passes it over Laramie's stick. Once again, the passing for the Magicians. Not sharp, and it costs them. That is a turnover out of the timeout, and that has John Wilkins' arms folded, and inside, probably bubbling. Possession kept alive by Bedford off the turf. The long stick helping out. Anise has been a pest defensively for the Magicians, doing it again here. Knocking the ball away in the deep corner, but the Magicians can't pick it up. Bedford will be happily patient with it. Matthews. Drop pass. It's caught. Back to Matthews. It's a tough pass from him. Out from behind the net. Deflection. Not sure it ever made it to Maniaci. Plus made the play defensively. Tough catch by Sedke. He's going to work the sideline. He gets drilled. Ball comes loose. Bedford takes it back. Here's Kuliza. That hit laid by Nick Hadley, and he's happy about it. Came to the bench saying, I did my job. He sure did. Magicians have struggled to keep their possessions alive all game long. That was another example of it. Another example of the tough defense we've seen from Bedford. That shot never had a chance from Matthews. Much too wide. Magicians will take over from the far corner with 5:05 left in the game. Maniaci drops it. Even with the extra webbing. Baxter cuts through the middle. Gets past the second defender. Looks across. The pass is blocked, but it trickles in. Count it for the Magicians. They tie it. An own goal for Bedford. It was initially a great play by Sheridan, but the ball dropped to the turf and rolled by Ethan Kahn. Tie game at 7. Got to be credited to Baxter as the pass came off his stick. Then off Sheridan's and into the net. That's one way to tie it. A fight for the loose ball here. The Magicians win the battle. Picked up Jennings with a lot of space ahead. Cronin off the bench. Magicians looking to break the tie. Their star with the ball. Cronin fires and scores! Top shelf for Connor Cronin. 3 straight for the Magicians, and they take back the lead 8-7. His 38th goal of the season, and the biggest one yet. What an answer. Four minutes on the clock, and now the Magicians in control. They lead it for the first time since before halftime when it was 4-3. Long pass to Sedke. Breaks free of the defender. The Magicians turn it over, and Bedford almost cost themselves again. They drop it in the crease. A dangerous pass, and he may have been too close to the crease or in it. On that play, they turn it back over to the Magicians. Referee comes in to make the call, and Cronin has it in the far corner. We mentioned it. Big-time players make big-time plays. He just made one, now finds his teammate out in front. And Moore got drilled as he took the shot. Definitely altered it. Moore has it again. Cronin deciding what he wants to do. Comes out from behind the net. Finds Jennings. Jennings being pestered by Kerr. Gets it away and launches it up against the screen. A ton of contact, stick to stick as he let it go. Two and a half minutes left to play. The Magicians lead by one. Cronin throws it away. Looking for Laramie. Took a hit as he let it go. And now it's dropped. And it's a hot potato. Can't be picked up. Dylan Soden, a big mistake, and slams his stick into the turf in frustration. He had it with space, and the ball just tumbled out of his stick. Back to Marblehead. Garaboto. And a timeout called by Marblehead. 2:02 left. Helton struck first here in the fourth quarter to make it a 2-goal lead for Bedford. But the Magicians have answered back with 3 straight from Grenier, Jennings, and who else but Connor Cronin with his 38th goal of the year. Puts the Magicians back on top, 8-7. Hoping to improve to 12-0 and keep the undefeated season alive. They have had to work hard to get back in it. And this is the type of effort they'll need in the playoffs as well. It's good to see that they have this fight in them. We'll have highlights of this game over the next couple days posted on our social media, win or lose, because it's that type of game. People going to want to see the highlights from both sides. Keep an eye on our Facebook page and my Twitter page at JessMHTV Sports. And we did have some technical difficulties. If you want to watch the full game back, it'll be right here on YouTube. You can do that as well. It's crunch time. Out of the timeout, 2:02. Let's see if the Magicians have a better ATO play drawn up. They turned it over last time. Bedford has absolutely been the stronger team after the timeout. See what Wilkins and the crew drew up for him. They'll start with Cronin. And he's already drawn 2. As Bedford has pulled their goalie to get an extra defender out there. Not sure that's the smartest decision with players like Cronin and Laramie out there. Let's see if they make him pay. Oh, he's there. He was out of the net. My mistake. but they have put Fletcher back in, so they continue to seesaw between goalies. Not sure what took Fletcher out of the game initially and why he's feeling good enough to come back in for the final 2 minutes, but it's his job. Maniaci looks on as Bedford has possession back. Nothing brewing for the Magicians out of the timeout. It's Griffin for Matthews. Toscano steps onside. 1 minute to play. Marblehead leads by 1. Up top to Matthews. Matthews puts the defender on his hip and backs out. It's Garaboto defending. Fires. Save made by Maniaci. 35 seconds left. We knew he'd need to make a big one. There it is right there. The stars are shining here in the final minutes for the Magicians, with Cronin on one end and Maniaci on the other. But then they throw it away. Not sure what kind of pass that was. Trying to go all the way across field. It's Sheridan for Bedford with 10 seconds left. Plus defending, knocks it away, under 5 seconds left. Over the shoulder pass, a second one out in front, and the buzzer sounds on Bedford. The Magicians win it 8-7, and they swarm Maniaci. A huge save in the final half minute. What an ending, what a fourth quarter for the Magicians. They score 3 straight from down 2 to win it 8-7, the final. The teams will line up to shake hands. What a game on Piper Field here this afternoon. The Magicians improve to 12-0 and keep the undefeated season alive. And Bedford will head back to New Hampshire with their 3rd loss of the season. Stick around in just a moment. We'll be back with the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Today's Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game is the senior, the star, and the heartbeat of the Magicians team, Connor Cronin, the game winner. Connor scored in the final minutes to make it 8-7. He scored his 37th and 38th goals of the season. The kid is on an absolute tear. 13 goals for the last 3 games for the leader of this team, leading his team to the victory today and keeping the undefeated season alive. Congratulations, Connor, from the Marblehead Sports Shop and us here at MHTV. We'd like to thank the Marblehead Sports Shop for being our community partner and bringing you the Player of the Game award. And we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. 3 straight goals at the end of the game by Grenier, Jennings, and Cronin to win it. 8-7, the final score here at Piper Field this afternoon. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.